Hi, welcome to our ninth episode of LinkedIn Masterclass. Today we are going to talk about why posts go viral on LinkedIn. Before we start, keep one thing in mind: LinkedIn algorithm focuses or honors those posts which have more conversations. LinkedIn is not a platform for going viral, but yet you can go viral on LinkedIn. And how do you go viral on LinkedIn? I'm going to share you my approach and my tips. Predominantly, they might work for you, they might not work for you, but this is what I find out from a couple of experiments which I have done. So let's start. So what are the key ingredients of a viral post? First is quality content. Your content needs to be very good. You need to have more comments. You need to have good visuals or videos. Case studies, CSR initiatives. Forget it. It's not going to work. What is going to work? So relevance plus context. If content is the king, then relevance and context is the queen. Conversations and debates. Comments don't matter. You write thanks for sharing or great post or not going to work. Conversations have to start over there. Conversations will boost that post to the next league. 80% videos will work. Your videos can have audio content, but you need to focus that there has to be text. Do you see a LinkedIn post on a weekend or when you are chilling out? You don't see. You see LinkedIn when you're in office. Either you're frustrated with your boss, either you want to quit that job, or either you want to learn something about your industry or research about your industry. That's when you use LinkedIn. So people are not going to put their headphones on and listen to your content. So ensure your content can have a music, but whatever text is there or whatever you want to tell people, it has to be part of the video. And videos have to be emotional. Now emotion goes very well on any platform, but on LinkedIn the emotion has to be a different emotion. The emotion needs to get people to comment over there and comment with a context and relevance. That's where the emotion will play a role. So for the first tip is newsjacking. Now you'll wonder what the hell I'm talking about newsjacking and why this particular term over here. So first, let me tell you what the term newsjacking stands for. Newsjacking is a term predominantly used in the PR industry, where there's a particular news which comes out, a breaking news or or say a normal news, but you want that more awareness and more people need to start talking about it. So you jack that particular news. And how do you jack is you create a controversy around it. You will often see in politics there are a lot of controversies that start getting created, or you will see in Bollywood a lot of controversies start getting created. Hollywood, lot of controversies get created. So when you create controversy, this is when news jacking happens, and then the news travels to the next league where journalists will start looking out for more information. As journalists will start looking and bloggers will start looking, it will still go higher, and now people will start looking for that content. Now you'll have YouTube videos talking about why that controversy happened. No, there was no controversy, but it was created for, so more and more people will start talking about that controversy. And if you just try searching the net, you will find a lot of such controversies start getting created. So at the initial stage, the news might be a small news, or breaking news, or a small news. Nobody bothers about it. But when you want to create more influx of people looking out for that news, you jack that news. Now, how do you jack this news over here? Is what you'll ask me a question. You jack that particular news by for this is where you can understand what are the trends. So on Google Trends, if you visit Google Trends page, it will tell you the top news for that particular day in that particular country. So one thing what you know right now is what are the top 5 or top 10 trending news. Now that particular news, how it relates to your industry or the services you offer. For example, you say you for let's say the Paris. Okay, so we have 2024 Olympics in Paris, and Paris, because of 2024 Olympics, there's a lot of people who have been booking their flight tickets. They have been booking hotel tickets, and the rates have gone triple, 4 times, 5 times, and 10 times. Even small cheap hotels or cheap lodges are very pretty costly right now. Here is where you can think about checking the news. You can create a news which talks about ki, hey, this is Trivago, and Trivago is giving flat rates. There's no any other rates to this particular room. So come on Trivago and you will get flat rates and discount by 50%. That can be a news jack for Paris Olympics. So you create content around Paris Olympics which talks about what your offering is. Or you can say that, okay, hey, pre-book the tickets right now for Paris Olympics 2024 at this rate because of this particular thing. In Indian scenario, Zomato has done this very often. They will use that day, they will use the main news of that particular day and create some copy around that and start posting on social media, which goes for trolling and then memes start getting created. You in Indian scenario, I also had seen that रसोड़े में कौन है, that particular, you might have heard that terminology, रसोड़े में कौन है. Now that particular line was then created memes and lot of brands started using it. So think about how your brand can respond to those particular things. Create content around that. Your content will surely go viral. That's our first part. Second part to this particular thing is LinkedIn news. Now, what works on LinkedIn is you will get this particular thing from LinkedIn news itself. Every day or every moment, if you go on this for your right hand side section on LinkedIn news, you will find an area where LinkedIn will display all the top news for that particular day. Once you visit this particular area of top news, what actually happens is you'll come to know what news are trending on LinkedIn. Now use that particular context to relate with what your product or service is, and you create a post. And the main thing is you have to be very real time. You cannot think that, okay, these are the five news of the day and let me create in the evening and it will go boost. It doesn't happen that way. If there's a particular relevant which is happening and you find out, so it needs to be an hourly basis. You find out something happening and you do that particular post. But on LinkedIn, most often you will do one or two posts. Mostly one post you will do on LinkedIn. Since you do only one post on LinkedIn, it is important that that has to be crystal clear. It needs to be targeted to those particular professionals. Otherwise, you won't hit off viral. And better off if you create a video around that. So I remember Easy Flight or Easy Fly had created a series of a video, an animated video talking about how a traveler behaves when they are traveling. Indian traveler behaves when they are traveling. So they will throw whatever they eat, whatever they drink, the cups will be thrown, the wrappers will be thrown over there, and then the line comes, is this the way you behave at your home? So if not, then why you're behaving in a hotel this way? So what happens is it relates. So emotionally it relates, it shows a behavior, it gives a funny aspect. So funny is another, humor works a lot of times. If you are not able to deliver a message, at least deliver some humor. People will laugh it and will share it because people like to share. Okay, this made me laugh. You would have often shared on Instagram. You would have tagged your friends because you felt, okay, this made me laugh. Even it will make my friend laugh. A video which has been trolling lately. There is a girl and a guy at airport in at Mumbai airport, and then the girl says, "Chal, let's move. The boarding has started." The boy removes it bag and puts it in front, and then starts walking towards the boarding gates. That's when the girl taps his head and says that "Virar local mein ja raha hai." So this is a humor, and then you'd see a lot of people sharing about this particular humor. Can you create this kind of humor around your brand? The problem is on LinkedIn, a lot of people think that we'll stay professional. We are a professional company. We are a professional channel. Professionality is long gone. What is important is, are you emotional? Are you contextual? Are you relevant? Can you create humor? Can you create videos on the go? If this is what you can do, you can think about going viral. I'll just show you interesting part about LinkedIn, some of my videos which have really gone viral, that will help you to understand. So there's this particular video. This is in last 1 year, key performing posts. So let this load. So this is 8 months back, and this is set off to 58 lakh 25,655 impressions as of now. You will see 61,015 likes. These are the comments, and these are the repost. So I have around 20,000 followers and my connections are around 12,000, but not all of my connection would have posted this. So you can see over here the amount of reposts which have happened. Let's go on the post. So what the post was talking, it was talking nothing. There was just a visual experience person versus degree holder person. What I spoke was education teaches us how to play, experience teaches us when to take those right strokes. There's nothing wrong with that post. But what had happened was it created a rift between experienced people and degree holders. And because of that rift, lot of people started debating. And you'll see a lot of debates over here. Excellent, good example, only experience will take you through what's coming up. Now, if you see, this is not in India. This is somewhere way beyond India. Even this particular thing. People are sharing processed gas plant in Bangladesh. You'll also find if you scroll down, earlier I enjoyed the game very much, but it's irrelevant to compare experience versus degree. You will need required skills first, degree, and then with the right skills you improve it over time with experience. In fact, in many so people who have degree felt bad about this particular post, and that's why they started talking about it. People who had experience but they didn't have degree, what actually happened was they started also cribbing. Now, because everybody started cribbing, most recent, let's look at some other posts. So LinkedIn doesn't display all comments at one go because there are so many comments. You won't see all the comments. See, it's true. If I had $1 for every HR qualified, zero experience or practical knowledge applicant, I will retire. The AI HR shortlist filters are hit and miss, and all too often miss the best candidate for the position. I did both at the same time in the same way. See, the amount of the people have taken effort to write at least for 30, 40 words around this post. Now this is again the transa. All right, you are experienced, aren't you? Then I don't hire you. So when you are going to gain experience, element as such facts of discrimination, social. So now the thing is, you need to think whether your brand can stand this particular thing. Because when you go viral, this is what you will start getting over there. As a personal, you enjoy what is happening. This was incredible and considerate of people like me who were forced out of their careers and experience because of physical impairment and disability and had to go back to college to obtain 3 degrees and encumber 100,000 in debt just to scrap their way back at entry level job in their 40s. Congrats on insulting disabled people. Now, I didn't do any in this discrimination or anything, but still people feel bad about it. Because the problem is when people start engaging, lot of people get emotionally attached to some particular thing. Now, as you scroll down and as you read posts, what I realize, I stopped doing this kind of post later on. And this was there were 2, 3 posts I did just to experiment around this to see what happens. And the result was it went viral. Lot of people saw it, but it didn't result like if you tell me that okay, did people come and ask you, okay, I'm a LinkedIn coach, I'm a content strategist, I'm a brand strategist. Nobody came and asked me about, okay, what are your thoughts on this particular thing. It does so as a personal brand, as Moses as a personal brand, it didn't work for me. But still, since you wanted to know how posts can go viral, this is the tip. You create some particular debate and get people talking about that debate. First, you need to ensure at least there are 10 to 15 people who will talk about that debate, share it among different groups. Then, as it starts picking up, then you create a press release or a story based on this particular content, hyperlink it to your LinkedIn post, and start sharing that post on community blogging platforms. So what happens is the more hyperlink, more backlinks to this particular post, you will find more people hitting to this post. What also happens is LinkedIn algorithm will see that this link is present on a lot of portals, and because of that, LinkedIn algorithm all again pushes this particular post. You are helping this post to push. Tomorrow, you can also create a YouTube video out of this particular post and share it on YouTube channel about what you think about being experienced and being a degree holder, and then give a call to action to this post. Again, this post will go still further push. Practically, I was not interested to do this. That's why I didn't go ahead. But this was one particular example. Now, this is another interesting post I had done during that time. My aim was just a simple thing about this is how you teach finance to your kids. So here is an actor talking about
Huh? See,
Here's an actor
I'm
talking
not going
about.
to
So
college. Damn right.
he talking to kid
I
about
am gonna get through
managing
high
finance and
school
everything, and the
and
kid doesn't want
then
to go to
get a
school.
job like regular people.
So he
Regular
goes
people?
and starts
Yeah,
explaining
work
about
in a gas station,
why you need
drive
to
a
go to
bus,
school
something
and
like
what makes you,
that.
how you can earn money and everything.
So
So
what you're
again,
saying
I'm
is your
countering to
mother and
what
I
it
shouldn't care
was.
if you
So
get
my
D's
earlier post
because
was
you
talking
don't need
about
good grades to
experience is
be
important than degree,
regular people.
while this post is talking about the
Right.
importance of degree than experience.
Okay.
Still, you will find
Oh, suppose
around 10
you
9,500
graduate
comments,
from high
300
school. Let's say
comments,
you just slide by.
sorry,
All right.
9,500
Now you got to find a
likes,
job.
300 comments, and
Now, what kind of salary
2,426
do you
reposts.
expect
Now,
for
क्या
a
हो रहा
regular
है?
person?
Like, I am wondering why, what was so great?
Two hundred
So
and
there
fifty
were only
dollars a
couple of
week.
people
Two
who
hundred fifty
actually
dollars a week.
spoke on
Yeah.
this,
Sit
but
down.
I'll show you some interesting comments. Even I didn't
I'm
realize.
going to give you
So
three
isn't
hundred
that Billy
dollars a week.
Copsey?
Yes,
Wasn't he in the
indeed.
news for wrong
$300 a
reasons?
week.
Now
$1,200
this took the
a
post on
month.
a totally
All right. Great. I'll
different,
take it. Yes, you will. And
altogether
I will
different
take
tangent. Jailed
three
for multiple
hundred
counts of
and
rape throughout
fifty
his career.
dollars for
Now
taxes.
remember,
Whoa.
he is above the law.
Yeah.
He has money and
Because see,
friends.
the
You
government
leave the
comes for the
message
regular
and
people
focus on Bill.
first.
Focus on the message and leave the messenger. His behavior is was better than those forcing 100 genders on kids of today. People who
Now,
can't define
how
male or
much does
female. Okay,
that leave you with?
there is a different conversation altogether.
$850. All right.
वो क्या रहा है?
Now you've
Here's
got
the
to have an
next
apartment
lesson in
because
this
you are
series:
not
Advanced
going
Finance
to
by
live here.
Pablo Escobar. Pick a half-decent role
So
model
an
would help.
apartment in Manhattan will run
Again,
you
see over
at
here,
least
learning from Bill
$400
Copsey.
a month.
Again, and
I
people
live
are
in New
fighting
Jersey.
over there, and think about what learning you get. People tend
All right.
to get emotional about why
Live
this
in New
guy is
Jersey, you've got
talking
to
about
have a
finance. Okay,
car.
Copsey is reading a script here. No one
I
throws
ride a
away their
motorbike.
Bible, Quran, or Tamil because they
You
don't
need a
like who
helmet.
is reading it. So
Figure
because
a
of
hundred a
this,
month for
there are
clothes and shoes.
literally
Figure
this guy
200.
starts a
I want to
particular
look
debate
good.
over here. This debate
Okay,
from
so
one,
what's that leave
two,
you with?
three,
$200.
four,
So
five,
no problem.
6, 7, 8, 9,
There
10,
is a
11,
problem.
12,
You haven't
13,
eaten yet.
14. See, firstly, this is an act, but definitely an act worth learning from. Secondly, everyone,
I
and
can
I
get
mean
by on
everyone, has
bologna and
something to teach
cereal.
us, provided we are open to see and grow.
So I got
So it's
everything I need.
simple, but
Plus
still, you have
$200 left for the
people
car.
talking about why this guy
You
is
plan to
giving
have
this
a
particular
girlfriend? For
tip. And
sure.
again, see, there are debates happening on this conversation. That's why LinkedIn algorithm is pushing it. And debates will only happen once you try to fiddle around with somebody's emotion. If you want to fiddle around with
Regular people.
emotion, then you can go viral. Otherwise, it's very difficult to go viral, or you need to start a debate. And there are very less amount of time you can actually start a debate. I'll also share you this is a debate actually happening, and it is countering to what I posted earlier. Again, it is not reflecting about who I am. Okay, but still, let us go. See, people are posting their YouTube links because they are watching over here. There's a lot of traffic on this particular post, and what happens is Bheti Ganga mein hello. Like what happens is everybody is posting. Let me also post over here. Sorry for that Hindi words. You might not understand if you're attending from US. Now, because everybody is commenting, there are people who will also come and comment, thinking that okay, let me get some traffic from this place. I'll also show you a third post, which is also an interesting post. With that, this is around 6 months back. So this again talks about sometimes in life we must be willing to change, alter ourselves. I don't know how many people read this, okay, but this is it was a simple thing. Sometimes you have to change yourself 100%. So this is a simple post, and what happens over here is see, and then you have tuck 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 800 comment, 800 likes, 62 comments, 147 repost. So 100% agree if anyone wants to be successful. Here there was not much amount of conversation because everybody agreed to this particular thought. There was no debate as such. Okay, there was no such debate. It was mostly totally agree with you. Unlearning is an art. Unlearning past experience, old skills. So everybody was sharing their thoughts, and they were relating to this. There the conversation was a depth because it was 1 2 at the max. There was no 3 4 5 level of conversation which was happening over here. And after that, let us see this post. Okay, what goes around comes around. Was this very interesting story? I just wrote a single line over here. It has traffic around 400 likes, 13 comments, but it was a lot of people liked it. Nobody commented on this. Now, this was something which I wanted to show you before we end today's session. Now, this was an interesting editorial article by Dr. Sanjay Nagaral from Jaslok Hospital in Bombay. And he spoke predominantly about the scenario of Indian medical representatives, how the level has gone down. And he will really empathize with medical representatives because they were not getting good training. Still, they are working, but they are working in a directionless area where they really don't know what how they need to engage with doctors, and it's an area where doctors are more digitally tuned than the medical reps. So this customer is digital tuned, but the salesperson is not tuned. This particular article, because I work in the area of pharma marketing, it relates to a lot of people, and whoever it related to spark a conversation now everywhere. Now, and this particular thing helped me a lot because a lot of people in pharma industry actually recognized who Moses Gomes was and the thought process which I have about pharma marketing and how I focus on brand building in pharma. So you have this particular long comments. You have really long comments over here, and people are actually speaking out over there. There is a need. See over here, this is so huge. This guy actually, Amit, actually goes and writes an entire post for me. I didn't even write so many words. He went ahead and wrote and took the effort to write so many words. And one more thing, keep one thing one. Whenever somebody will comment, ensure you reply to their comment because that's where you spark the conversation. A lot of times we don't reply to the comments. Then what happens is the person might not again write. But if you comment, there is a possibility that if you end the comment with a query or question, they will reply. Then you again reply, ask question, and you start doing the debate. It's think this as a discussion forum. To go viral, you need to create a discussion forum on your post. So let's come back to our slides. And the fourth part over here is LinkedIn influences. You might not be aware, but each industry has a set of influencers. They might not have huge amount of followers or connections, but they influence lot of discussions. Even in my post, there were people like these are the people who are very active. Active people have more amount of conversation, and their conversations are boosted also. So just imagine you are in an industry. It might be a B2B industry or B2C industry, and there is a post which you do before you do the say this kind of post. Then you have to plan, okay, I want to hit up this particular post to go viral and I want more amount of impressions for that post. At least a month or 2 months in advance, start connecting with influencers in that industry who are very active, who post regularly, who engage with post or who engage on community post a lot often, or they are active in the groups and everything. Once you start commenting on their posts, they will recognize you. You connect with them, and as you start engaging with them and commenting with them, you are not asking anything from them, you are just commenting and engaging with their post. But what happens is after a month's time, there is a post which you want them to engage, and you post it, and then if you can share with them that okay, this is a post and we want to talk about this thing, can we know your feedback? Even if you send this thing to 50 people, at least 25 people will respond and you get new comments over there, and these are big influencers who are commenting where discussions start happening. This you can do for your brands. You can also do for your self brand. For example, I as a Moses Gomes can do, and I have been doing this. Let me be this thing. I lot of times I do. I focus at least say Every day I focus on doing at least 60 to 70 comments on different posts which relate to me, and I do quality comments. This is the reason why a lot of people will recognize my effort, and I'll also get boosted. So my LinkedIn feeds, anybody who visits that feed, they will see that okay, Moses commented this thing over here, Moses commenting this thing over here, Moses commented this thing over here. They see okay, Moses is very active over here, and this also reflects that when Moses will post, they will also see that thing, and a lot of people will come and comment. It's a two-way exercise, like you give and take. Video focus approach. As I showed you, all the posts which are top performing are all video posts. Static post or visual post. Post without visuals, don't post it. Forget it. It's not going to work. Post with visuals, good, but still, if you want to go ahead, post with videos and ensure you have the communication in a visual language so people can people can read it over there. That's the key important element. What type of content LinkedIn algorithm likes? Like all the key thing is learning. LinkedIn algorithm likes content which is around learning. You can show life hacks, mistakes, book reviews, white paper insights, case studies, research article, life learning, career tips, industry trends. I have an entire ebooks written. I have entire ebooks. Just DM me, I'll share you those ebook link. Those have almost 60 different content bucket ideas around learning for LinkedIn. These are around learning, life hacks, tips, and everything. You just use a starter. It's like a filling the blanks. You use the starter line, create your post, and create a video out of it, and just start working around it. I think we'll end this because our time is up. And secondly, I've given you 5 tips. I hope these tips help you to go viral. Keep one thing in mind: if you can start doing news jacking and you engage with influencers and engage with the commenters, your post will definitely throw up in lot of feeds for lot of people. And as your post goes in lot of feeds, you will find lot of people engaging on your post. This is where your LinkedIn brand and your profile will grow. Before I end this, keep one thing in mind: LinkedIn is all about serving the community. Don't think in a fashion that I'll post something that come and buy this. No, think about what is their problem, who are coming on my profile, am I solving their problem? And if you're solving their problem and you're helping them, definitely they will engage with you. If you're not solving their problem, they won't engage with you. Bye. Good night.